Alright, what's good YouTube? It's HYB and today we about to lock in on a mid taper on straight hair. Now the first thing we want to do when doing straight hair is wet the hair. Wet the hair, comb the hair. Obviously put a towel over your client. I forgot to put a towel over my client at the beginning of the video, but put a towel on them, and then what we're getting ready to do is section the hair. That's why we wet it, so it could be easier to grab, to move, to section, and whatnot. And right here, we're just using a razor comb to get it down to a certain length while also texturizing it. And then once we complete that, we want to add our product in there. Now, this right here is something that JRL sent to me. So we're using that, and we're just spreading it all throughout the hair, and then we're just gonna blow dry it with medium heat and kind of a high pressure. And kind of just getting into a style so we can get ready, to fade, to set in our guidelines and whatnot. And this right here, we're sectioning the hair with our comb. Our comb has like a little tooth that's missing, so it's easier to section. Y'all, I know I need there's specific words for this and I'm getting it wrong. And this is a new comb and new clips that I had got. These clips work amazing. I got it from Fort Worth Barber Supply. And then after we're done sectioning, we're just gonna continue by debulking. We're using our Babyliss. These Babyliss are fire because you just gotta. I think they're just these are the Babyliss FX ones or some, I forgot, but these are the ones that no, snap effects. So you basically just put put the battery in the bottom of the clipper and just press it in, and it just, you can have multiple batteries, and it could just, your clipper could basically never die. But right here we're just debulking, kind of giving it a flare out motion. You see how I'm going in with my comb, and this is a perfect comb to do clip over comb with. And see how I'm kind of angling the comb out. Right here we're sectioning right there by his on top of his ear, so whenever we do put in our sharp lines for his neck lineup, we do have the hair low enough so we can, so we're able to successfully line up the back part. And then right here we're just going in with our trimmer, same type of, you see the little piece at the bottom, we're on 2% right there, or two battery life 2 with these, the snap effects. And then we're just sending all our guidelines. Right here we're using our trimmers to set in these guidelines. And yo, I'm sitting here, it's like 3 o'clock in the morning making this video. And I'm also, right before I started this video, I was almost, well, I was gonna make the video regardless, y'all. And we're gonna pause there real quick. So two guard, and then we're debulking again, going against the grain. Going against the grain is going in the opposite direction of where the hair wants to go. And we're just using a flick out motion because we will be keeping some of this weight. If you're using less of the weight, then you don't need a exaggerated flick out motion. And now we're starting our fading process, going down, and we're just trying to debulk, so when we do set in that first true, or that second true guideline, now we move down to our 1.5. But when we move down to that true second guideline, remember the first guideline was a trimmer that we set in all the way at the bottom, but we just need enough so we can set in that guideline with the lever all the way open. And so we're just fading down to the hair at the bottom gets low enough so we can set in that guideline. Now we go lever all the way open and set in that second guideline, and then we continue to fade out that line from the second guideline to the first guideline that we had set in with the trimmer till it's all the way faded. And then we complete the fading by going up and then going with our 1 guard and our 0.5 guard. And see how his hair has a unique pattern, growth pattern, so we had to fade accordingly to his hair. And y'all, I'm watching videos on straight hair from a very educational barber, a very good barber. I didn't pay for like a whole entire course. The course, the original price is around like $300 for the whole entire course. It's a whole year's course. It's a barber I kind of somewhat look up to, I would say. Um, and I did not. I really wanted to finish watching that video, but each video is like an hour long, and I just can't wake up tomorrow and watch the rest of the video and watch some more. Yo, I'm kind of getting to a point where I'm kind of feeling like extremely kind of back how I used to feel, like locked in all the way on some stuff. I'm kind of, being in a new shop, I gotta get. I'm just trying to find my rhythm right now. It's all about finding my rhythm once again so I can be pushing out this content to y'all and I can keep elevating y'all right here in the fade and the haircut. We're gonna be doing the same exact thing. With this taper and with this client, he is kind of with the hair. He doesn't like hold his head all the way down. It's kind of like he has a crook in his neck almost, but he doesn't hold his head all the way down or hold it in a direction that I kind of would want to. So during this haircut, it's no big problem with barbers. We fight around that, but I was kind of fighting with him with this haircut right here at the same exact time. So now we're gonna take our trimmer and we're just gonna set in that harsh line, making sure everything is straight. And you have a part right here where it's kind of like angled weirdly, but I go back in and fix it, before the end of the video. So whenever we do it the first pass, the first pass will not always be our last pass. Sometimes you can use that as a, rough draft so we can go in and capitalize on top of that. So every time, don't worry if you don't get it right the first time. Just use that. Like when I do the front line of somebody's haircut, I don't just I try to get it right the first time, but I know I will have to make adjustments in the future. This is just a rough draft. Don't worry about it. You're gonna go back in and you're gonna perfect everything and get everything right. But I'm up watching videos and I'm finding like a strong passion again towards like learning, education and stuff once again. Yo, I want to go to so many events. They got I think it's in Canada. They got a Canada Barber Expo that I extremely want to go to. And right here, we're just taking our corners of our trimmers and then just making that little C cup motion for his hair. And y'all, we're gonna see a lot of weight on the side. But the way I'm kind of doing things right now with straight hair is a complete the fading first, and then everything on top or everything like the blend right here. We just worry about that later. So now we're just taking our texturizing shit or our thinning shears and we're just lightening up that weight, making that transition smoother. So this is something that I kind of learned from like Arabic barbers. Um they kind of they I've noticed they fade, been noticing this for a very long time. They fade into whatever guard that they want to on the taper or fade on the sides to whatever guard that they want to. But it's really about your shear work, knowing or being knowledgeable about shears and how the hair works with shears and the comb and stuff like that, that'll really get your blend to, because you don't want it to look like a disconnected cut. You want everything to flow evenly, simultaneously, and just make it look like a nice flow to it. So right now we're just taking our thinner shears and we're kind of just keep going over everything until the hair is successfully blended up. But we're still trying to maintain and keep some of that weight because the hair at the top of the head has to sit on something whenever it's all said and done. And yo, being a black barber, I really enjoy cutting straight hair. Cause when you have time to cut straight hair, obviously it's all on a barber and how quick he knows his steps. But whenever I have time to really like customize and really like just kind of just lock in, it's literally like a canvas and your artwork basically. It is extremely those of you, I'm trying to get this channel more with straight hair, but those of you that have not or do not know how to do straight hair, I promise once you get the hang of it, it feels amazing cutting straight hair because you can literally, it's literally your artwork. Besides somebody with corset, all it is a fade and a lineup or a taper and a lineup. But when you get to doing all this stuff with sectioning the top and cutting different hairs, different lengths, and all these different type of shears that you can possibly fathom and think about. yo, it's on a whole different type of a level. And the barber that I'm studying is Barber Josh OP. I just bought I have a couple of his courses already bought, but now I'm just starting to kind of just dive deep into it, and I just bought another course, a whole year's course. I think that was last week I bought it, but now I'm really starting to lock in and really just pay attention to everything that I'm really, late night, none of my kids up or nothing like that. Wife is asleep. I'm locked in and I'm learning, man. Man, that's one thing about being a barber is that if you're not constantly trying to improve yourself, if you're not constantly trying to get better, you will 100% get left behind. In my opinion, I'm chasing greatness. I'm chasing to be one of the best. I'm gonna say one of the best black barbers to ever touch the YouTube platform. That is something that I'm going for. I'm trying to be versatile. I'm not trying to, how are you gonna call yourself the best? And you can't do everything. You can't do designs. You can't cut straight hair. You can only just do a taper and a lineup, and that's it. In my opinion, being the best, that's not impressive. You have to be an all around barber, y'all. Because when it's all said and done, I want a nice legacy in this. And I'm trying to be around more creative barbers, more passionate barbers, barbers that really kind of stem from the passion that I stem from. So I'm trying to, this year we're gonna kind of work on networking. I have a class that well, not my class. Right here we're putting texture powder to so we can get the holding in there. But I use a combination of texture powder and pomade or some type of gel when I first do it, and a little bit of sea salt spray, which we didn't get in the video. But I'm trying to network with a decent amount of people, the people that's like-minded and stuff like that. I'm not really into the barber beef. I don't really have any barber beef or anything like that. I wouldn't say if anybody feels some type of way about me, then that's them and that's their heart. I can't control another man's heart and how he feels. But I'm just trying to network, get to know people, and just collab with like-minded people. I love seeing people barbershops online and everything, y'all. And I done talked all throughout this video, but hopefully y'all enjoyed my little yapping because this is the end of the video. We have a lot of content coming for y'all. I just got the Tune 45s and the new Wall 2.0s. But look, it's HYB. If you're not handling your business and what you're doing, and we out.
Benny, please don't do anything crazy.